Okay, before the start of this video, I want to apologize for some of the bitrate and some of the clips in this. I really gotta fix that. And also, this is my first time making something like this, so forgive me if it's not structured well and I screw up talking, so I apologize. Anyways, enjoy. Minecraft itself, for me, is something that I've used as a valuable coping mechanism for stress, anxiety, and a lot of other things that I face and go through. I find a lot of comfort and sense of control with Minecraft, especially when I am going through something. Whenever I've been through something bad, I can fall back on Minecraft to calm me down. I'm able to give myself tasks and build things to ground myself, or just sit and relax. Minecraft is often a thing that helps me, can bring me back to reality when I'm really going through a lot of things. And I think that people don't talk about it enough as a means to cope. And so today, that's essentially what I'm going to be talking about in this video. The freedom of expression, creativity, and peace and tranquility of Minecraft are a means to cope, and how they have helped me cope. So, something in Minecraft that stands out to me, and I'm sure stands out to a lot of other people, is the end poem. That's one of the biggest things I think in games for me that has really spoken to me. There's not a crazy giant amount of things that have done that for me. There's the end poem, there's Metal Gear Solid 2's end speech. The end poem for Minecraft, I think, is really, there's a lot to dig out from it. But I think a part that goes along with the things that I wanted to talk about, coping, specifically the part that I want to talk about is where it says, "Does it know that we love it, that the universe is kind? Sometimes through the noise of its thoughts it hears the universe, yes. There are times it is sad in the long dream. It creates worlds that have no summer, and it shivers under a black sun, and it takes its sad creation for reality. To cure it of sorrow would destroy it. The sorrow is part of its own private task. We cannot interfere. Sometimes when they are in deep dreams, I want to tell them they are building true worlds in reality. Sometimes I want to tell them their importance to the universe. Sometimes when they have not made a true connection in a while, I want to help them to speak the word they fear." This piece of the poem has a lot to do with real life. There are a lot of things that happen in real life, and a lot of emotions that we go through, a lot of problems that we face. And we do a lot of things to cope with reality. But if we didn't have that, then we wouldn't be who we are now. And there's arguments for where things shouldn't have happened for a lot of different topics and things. However, there are a lot of other things that did make us who we are and make me who I am. And I've been through a lot, but I don't wish everything wouldn't have happened. Some things there are, but other things, I understand that those have made me who I am and have made me such a strong person who can deal with similar things when they happen. Understanding that and understanding how to cope with that is a really big part that needs to happen. And we can't cure ourselves of sorrow, but the things we do to cope is what matters. Things we do to help ourselves out of a deep hole, that is what we have to do. It says, "The sorrow is part of its own private task. We cannot interfere." And I think the entities that are talking to the player and having this conversation understand that for us it's a private task within ourselves to get through whatever we're going through, and they can't change it. they can't interfere because it's something that we have to do on our own. We have to cope with things. We have to learn with ourselves. Reflection, meditation, doing things we like. That's a big part of this, I think. For me, there's a lot of different ways to cope. Playing video games, playing Minecraft is a way to cope with the sorrow. I think in this poem, I think these entities understand that. And they understand that we're building true worlds in reality, as they said. We are important. These entities understand that, or we all have different ways of coping and understanding ourselves. It understands that starting these worlds in Minecraft, in any game, it refers to it as the short dream. It says, no, it has not yet achieved the highest level. That it must achieve in the long dream of life, not the short dream of a game. This can tie back to some other things that I have written as well about identity and individuality, about experiences that make us who we are. These short dreams of a game, short dreams of experiences we have, things we partake in, media we watch or make. Those are all the things that make up this so-called highest level. And getting to that, feeling fulfilled and understanding that these small things help us to cope, exist. They help us to make us who we are, become part of us. And I got some suggestions from people on one of my TikTok videos, and one person said the peace and tranquility provided by actually working for yourself and not someone else is the true success of the game to me. It is true limitless expression and is only for yourself. I also would agree with that because it gives me peace for the most part. I think a lot of the reason why it gives me peace is because I have limitless things that I can do to express my interests, and I can create whatever I want. And that lets my brain juices flow and makes you feel really proud of yourself. And it really gives you this sense of, wow, I did that. Wow, I made something like that. And it is something that helps you be proud of yourself, even though it's something maybe small. Could be a big project, but maybe to other people, since it's in a game, it's something small and not entirely significant. But to you, that could mean a lot, and I've felt that way a lot. I've been really proud of the things that I have created in my Minecraft worlds, and they have really shaped me and my creativity and helped my mind open up and helped me get away from anything else that I have been stressing about and worrying about. And I've used Minecraft as a way to calm myself down when I'm not feeling very well or mentally down, having a really rough time. I start a project. I keep my mind busy. Once that project is finished, I've made something that I can be happy with and be proud of, instead of feeling bad about myself or having any negativity. Another person had said, maybe some concepts of being alone and processing the emotions that come from it in the game. Personally found solo Minecraft to be very sobering while dealing with loneliness and depression. I mostly play Minecraft with friends, but I still feel this way. I get connected to the world and the people that I am playing with. It feels like I'm bonding, but sitting there helps me, I think. Just sitting in a Minecraft world and looking around. It's similar to real life, because in real life, I have went outside and just breathed, looked around to ground myself. And it's the same way for me in video games, Minecraft. I can sit and feel peace. And things like the music, the atmosphere, and the world that I've created, everything that is surrounding me in the world that I've made with my friends, the things that I've made myself, I feel like I am in a home that I have made genuinely. And I think it's helped me to ground myself as I've said before, and I think it can really make me feel a lot of peace and brings me back to reality, which sounds silly because you're doing something that is technically artificial, I suppose, but it makes you feel more at home than real life maybe even can. And I think when something can do that, I think it is definitely very special, because there's times that I can't just go sit in the real world. I need to escape. And I need to be in my own world, my literal own world, surrounded by things that help express myself and help me to feel proud of myself. And I think Minecraft, with its entire personality, is just that. Is creativity, expression, and being yourself, basically. Just thriving in your own creativity. And I think people underestimate just how powerful that can be, being able to just freely express yourself, and especially when you're truly wanting to be creative, and you need to be. I think it's often similar to how people, including myself, use writing and music as coping, or art as coping. Like writing, you can get your feelings out, or you can create a character that is an expression of you and yourself. And art can also be the same thing, or it can just be an escape. You don't have to put a lot of meaning into something to feel good about it. A lot of the art that I've done, it doesn't have some hidden story behind it, but I'm still really proud of it, and it still made me feel really good at making that art. And it's basically the same way with Minecraft, using creation to cope and be more connected with myself by using creativity as an outlet, being able to feel peace while doing something that I enjoy, which sounds basic, but that's what it is. It's something to calm you, and it's something that helps put you at ease. It happens to me a lot, whether I'm stressing about school or family problems, or having negative thoughts about myself, or having a lot on my mind. When I get onto there, I can wash all of those thoughts away, and I can just focus, reflect while I am doing something. And I think that is the best way to feel peace, inner peace with yourself, is by understanding that you are going through something, but also understanding that you need to cope with whatever is going on, and use your coping skills and use the things that help you cope to deal with your problems. Video games in general for me are my outlet. Creation is my outlet. Putting my mind onto something, putting my thoughts into something, that is powerful. Minecraft and its ideas and its themes and the things that you can get from it can really reflect that. So, speaking of reflection, a video that came out about 5 months ago showed me something that I hadn't really thought about before. It was a video over a series of videos about a Minecraft world deleting itself. The whole chain of videos is seemingly a representation of the stages of grief. The video over the series goes into great depth and acknowledgement of the things happening in the series, and I recommend you watch it. Learning of something like that and what it seemingly represents was something that really spoke to me, and felt like I just witnessed something of great thought and importance. And every video went over a different stage of grief, and it gave a different story that I didn't realize could be told like that in such a fashion. And the person who created it, their friend or lover or what have you, passed away in a car crash, and they made this series a representative of their grief and loss. And in the end, they made a new world. Once they accepted that their old Minecraft world was gone and deleted, there was nothing they could do but have to learn and accept that fact. They created the new world, a somber but hopeful conclusion on a journey of acceptance and coping with their loss. And it might sound like a horror Minecraft ARG, because it is, but at the same time, I think you can really see the kind of layering that is within that video, and within that probably little horror like thing that's supposed to kind of be scary, but also I think in retrospect it is something very touching to me, and I think it shows a way that Minecraft can be used as an expression of coping, or creativity can be used to make a representation of loss and grief, and how you can show an expression of acceptance as well in the end. And I think using something like that is also really beautiful in its own right. I think there are things like that that can help represent and reflect that of you. So that person used that as their outlet, and they used a world deleting itself as an allegory, a metaphor, if you will, for their loss and their grief. But eventually they accepted that fact, and even though it can't always feel good, you can always go back to that moment of acceptance and help yourself come back to reality and out of your head. Okay, well, that is everything I wanted to talk about. So hopefully that is a good conversation, and I hope that what I tried to say made sense and was, impactful, or maybe made you have some questions or thoughts. So I would appreciate some feedback, and that would be really cool. Anyways, have a great day, and maybe like and subscribe, maybe, yeah, thanks.